that winning is good, that only winning companies can give back, winning employees create great lives for themselves, fulfill themselves and their families or their friends. Winning is just good. There was a time around the turn of the century with the scandals in America and everything that winning had turned bad. It had a bad smell to it. So we wanted to write this book explaining why winning is good. Well, I have a philosophy of really built on 4 pillars. You define a mission. Where are you going to go? And then you put together a set of behaviors for your employees. So mission and values, or mission and behaviors, defines where you're going to go and how you're going to get there. The how and the why. And then I have something called candor. Candor is something where you stop all the nonsense and tell everybody straight on what you're thinking, what you're doing. So you evaluate employees very straightforward. You give messages clearly without a lot of business jargon. You get the organization moving faster through candor. It's an organization that has to get used to it because there's no namby-pamby with words. Given the message. From candor comes differentiation. Differentiation is both hard and soft. For the hard, you differentiate your businesses and your products. Put money in this, take a look at this, but don't waste money on this. Get out of this, invest in this. Hard calls, not keeping the whole family together in businesses. And then you have differentiation with people, where you take care of your best to an extreme. You reward them. You give them great jobs. You pay them. And so you reward them in the soul as well as the wallet. You have a group in the middle, the 70%, any number you pick, but a middle group. A group that you want to show what they can do to get to the top. You train them. They're critically important to you. You need them on the team. And then you have the bottom 10, or the bottom whatever you decide it is, bottom group. And there you counsel people out. You tell them, look, we've looked at this for a long time. We've worked with you. You're better off elsewhere. The earlier you do that in a career for someone, the better off you are. You can't have differentiation without candor, because you've got to be able to tell people where they stand at all times. They must know where they fit, how well they're doing, what they have to do to improve. So candor comes first, then comes different. You don't have a candid culture. You can't surprise somebody someday and say, hey, you must go home. You're in the bottom 10. And then finally, voice and dignity for every employee. You must let everybody feel their voice counts. And you'll be shocked at how much value you get from having people participate. The people closest to the work know the work best. And once you have that in your mind, you don't think the stripes on the shoulder from the uniform has all the ideas. You look everywhere for ideas, high, low, middle. That's the foundation around which you build a winning team.
What when you have a manager, an executive that has the results but doesn't have the behavior or the values? What do you decide then?
In the evaluation process, you tell them that. And either he changes quickly or he goes. But there are 4 types of managers. Those that have the results and have the behaviors, onward and upward. Those that don't have the results and don't have the values, get them out. The third type doesn't have the results but has the values. You give them another chance, because you want people that have the stuff you have, the values that are so important to success. And then finally, and you give them another chance. You give them 2 chances maybe. Change the environment for them. The 4th one was the one you brought up, the most difficult one in business. Everybody says, I hate to give up this person. They're doing so well. They're giving me the numbers. Let's give them another 3 months. Meanwhile, you're giving speeches about values, behaviors. Your employees are saying, wait a minute. He's saying that, but he's got this jerk who has none of the behaviors or values we want. So we can't have them. You tell the organization clearly and completely, this is why we had to let them go, because they didn't have the values. You explain it to the organization. And you say, He had great results, was a good person, had integrity, didn't want to play by the rules of this game, the winning rules of this company.
You once said you would hang people on the public square. Under which circumstances?
If somebody has an integrity violation, you can't sneak them out the side door. You must have a teaching moment with them. You must say to the organization, this is bad behavior. We can't keep you with that.
What did mentors teach you? Did mentors help you?
Not a mentor,
Okay.
many mentors. But one of the problems companies have these mentoring programs. You get stuck with one person. They might be a jerk, and you get tarnished by them. But you know, when you're a young person in business, or even at my age, I'm always learning from somebody. There's somebody doing something that intrigues you, that you pick up on. Last night I had dinner with a futurist, Ray Kurzweil.
Yes.
Fantastic discussion of longevity. Yes, right. And so there's always a moment. I'm going to follow up with lunch with him in Boston in 2 weeks. We have a date. So it's always somebody sparks you, yeah. And when you're a young person in business, don't take, for example, I've got some things to offer, but not everything will work that works for me, because I'm me. There might be something you see that I do you like, and then somebody else. Somebody sees you, they might copy some of your things, but not everything. No offense. But none of us do they want to copy everything. They want to pick up kernels.
I think one of the most tough things when you're a leader and you build huge teams is to delegate and not try to do things directly yourself. You once said you spend, 70-80% of your time managing people instead of doing yourself directly.
And transferring learning, yeah. I mean, how the hell could I? Why would I be picking the color of an appliance? Why would I be designing a comedy show? What skill do I bring? A jet engine. Because I wouldn't know one other than looking out the window of a plane. So you cannot meddle. One of the problems the automotive industry has a lot is that people come up through the industry. So they've worked on fenders, then they work on bumpers, or they work on dashboards. And they know every element. So they're back telling people how they used to do it.
What was your unique skill that made you so successful?
I love to see others succeed. There's nothing I enjoy more than seeing people grow and achieve and dream and reach it. Like, I get such a kick out of all the successful CEOs we have out there. It's a thrill to me.
I think it's great. It's what leaders should do. Create more leaders.
That's the most important thing you do, I think. It's also the most fun.
Well, thank you very much, Jack, for being with us. We'll have another opportunity to continue talking.
And it's always great talking to you.